Morning, ladies and gentlemen. This presentation is entitled "The Application of Innovative Technology on Internal Borders Control in the Schengen Area," and this is written by four people: me, Septian Dogan Prakoso, and my friends Erian Dwi Effendi, Rizaldi Purnama Putra, and also Ramesh Ali Surya Negara. So we begin with our introduction. We start from the armed conflict in Syria that caused a huge influx of refugees coming into Europe in 2015. We see that at that time there was a migrant crisis happening, and some countries decided to reintroduce internal border controls as an attempt to control the flow of refugees into the countries. Because of this, refugees are coming in such a short time with very huge quantities. So these countries that try to imply the internal border controls are Germany, France, Sweden, Denmark, and Austria. The reintroduction of internal border controls has been going on for more than 4 years, um, even almost like 6 years now, beyond the legal limit of the allowed durations. Our literature review to support our research, there are some, but two of them are: first, new technologies for border controls in Europe, created by Julian Kamasa. Kamasa explains that the importance and the application of the new technologies in several border points of Europe exist, and he discussed how new technologies can benefit border controls in Europe, especially when facing threats such as illegal migration and crimes. And also the other literature that we use is entitled "The Border, They Are Changing: The Emergence of the Socio-Digital Borders in the EU" by Magdalena Honig. Honig discussed the transformation of the border in the EU and how the authorities should react into it. In current times, digitalization should also be applied to improve the quality of the border in facing the influx of migrants who can become the potential problems. And basically, our research methodology for this research is conducted through the descriptive qualitative methodology with the literature study as the main activity or method to build the analysis. We get physical and digital sources to support our research, and basically the aim of this research to examine the application of the innovative technology on internal border control in the Schengen area. Basically, the question is like, how is the application of innovative technology on internal border control in the Schengen area? And our results regarding that question, we split that into some parts. The first, that we try to deliver the situation that it is a tough choice between freedom or security, because the core issue in the migrant matter is security. Countries within the Schengen area has decided to sacrifice the people's freedom to increase security. And the decision to reintroduce conventional border controls, like using people to guard the border, was met with criticism by the citizens and the media as freedom of travel for people become reduced. And as this critique grows and creating a splits between and within governments and also the citizens, and then European Union has come up with a solution that provides a centralized control throughout the EU that all nations could easily access whenever and wherever it needed to do so. This kind of centralized control came into the application of digital technology. So there are several systems that are used, and basically we describe that in the findings about the technological improvements in the border controls. As you can see, actually, to continue and tighten the rate of migrants entering the EU territory, there are already a lot of some improvements and improvisation in the implementation of border controls. For example, to distinguish between migrants and European Union residents, since 2008, the EU have developed the e-gate system used for the EU residents to travel throughout the Schengen countries. EU also prepares a wide range of systems that are used to regulate the outgoing rate of people into an EU member state, such as VIS or Visa Information System, SIS or the Schengen Information System, European Travel Information and Authorization System or ETIAS, and Frontex. Frontex is basically more like a body or more like institutions that manage the physical border controls, but it's presented in a digital form. The impact of these systems of VIS, AIS, and ATS programs in border controls are varied, and we try to simplify that into points. The first impact of ATS programs can minimize and stabilize the level of international crime that may occur in EU region, and also it can provide real-time data which make the real protection in the European region as it can be measured and be observed at all times. And also it can reduce the immigrant seats or people that may become immigrant or unreported people to travel throughout countries that have illegal immigrant motivation. And also it can control the number of migrants that enter European Union basically. Second, the impact of Schengen Information System or SIS. Basically, it can become the body of regulation that can control European region in the term of migrants. Of course, within the countries that already signed the Schengen agreement. And also, it can assist authorities of the members to keep the security in their borders. Third one is the impact of visa information system or VIS. Basically, the VIS can record about any visa request, application, and a granted visa to the applicant or people that wants to enter the European region. And basically, it also recorded in database, so every trace of people, every record of their movement can be known by the authorities. And then the conclusion of our research is that based on 2015, since there are migrant crisis in Europe and the countries are reacting into it, and because it caused critics, the alternative is being used by implement the digitalization and also using innovative technology in this kind of immigration affairs to control the immigration of the people, basically to control migration of the people. And there are several technology that are used by EU, such as the European Travel Information and Authorization System, or ETIAS, the Schengen Information System, or SIS, the Visa Information System, or VIS, and basically these several innovative technology prove that it can reduce the rate of migration because of the data analysis of their application. The program proved that they have benefits for border control checks. So basically, you can also check this kind of programs throughout the website or basically in such literature or the example of the appearance of it. And it can track, it can record, it can observe the movement of people within the European Union region. And that's it. That's actually what should be implemented also in other parts of the world to control the migration. And this research still open to the further research, and basically maybe this only serve as the preface or pilot project on migration study combined with the applied technology impact on this kind of field. So I think that's all for our presentation. I'm sorry that a lot of mistakes or some mistakes that we made throughout the research or during this presentation. Thank you very much. Have a good day.